recording. Oh, shut the door. Oh,
sorry.
fuck.
Might keep that in.
That's in the outtakes. Young ball.
Well. Something new for everyone. After a good 20 minutes of setting up this camera and it's all falling down and fucking, it looks like it's up. Should be alright. Let's fucking hope it works. So obviously a little bit different today. Decided to film one. Probably going to stick it on YouTube, make a channel or something. Over the summer and see sort of how many of these we can do. Ben's parents have kindly donated their shed / gym / mirror shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you can't see, there's one there.
Well, you got to see the two
so we'll try and get together maybe a couple more times and just chat nonsense, and hopefully you'll
we do best.
you'll watch it, innit? So how's everyone's week been? Good week?
I've just noticed how tanned you look, to be fair, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of golfers tan.
Even wear fucking goggles and work as well.
No, well, I don't know. Don't wear. I haven't got sunglasses.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. Yeah.
Why?
But my eyes is white as hell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. I've burnt my watch. So I wear a watch for golf.
Oh yeah, are you playing golf?
Tells me my yardages and stuff.
Okay.
And obviously, I've got this tan from there down.
How was it like a burn?
Yeah. So obviously it was white,
Yeah.
and then I was sat in the sun the other day,
Alright.
and it's just burnt that patch. So luckily that's alright though, because it'll go brown now, and I won't look like much of a twat.
To be fair, we're all looking a little bit.
Yeah, well, you're like perma tan all the way around. You're like your dad. Like that you talk about tans.
Burn, what's it?
No, but I was just saying, I just noticed when you sat down.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
And
Thanks.
yeah.
I did spend a day in the sun the other day when it was really hot.
You do look red.
So, I have burnt, but it will go brown with the old Maltese skin. So I'm alright.
Do you want to talk about what you said about the job? Or do you want to talk about that?
You want to, yeah, I don't mind. I'll talk about my job.
I thought it was quite funny.
That was very funny. We wasted that.
Yeah, well, so obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I started working for Midwell Scaffolding.
So what happened to the hospital then? Just not.
They just couldn't give me the hours. I needed, obviously, I'm back now till middle of August-ish.
When did you come back?
I came back last Friday.
Okay.
So I came back, got in touch with the hospital. They couldn't guarantee me enough hours in the week. So I said, so I thought, obviously, I've got to look for something else because I can't just sit in the house for like 2.5 months. Even I'd go insane. Let alone my parents. So I saw that, like, I'm good mates with the boss at Midwales, long-time family friend. So I saw he'd shared something on Facebook that he was looking for labourers. So I literally went down I got home that Friday. Had a beer. It was one of the last beers in the fridge, like typical. They hadn't sorted the fridge out before I came home. My mum's gone, will you go down the shop, get a box of beers and some milk, so the essentials. So I popped down, and then I was like, while I'm here, he just lives around the corner, so I drove round to see him.
Oh, okay.
Drove.
Yeah, I only had one bottle.
You know, but round the corner.
Well, yeah, from the shop. It's not round. It's uphill. Like you wouldn't walk it, but
Which shop now?
There's a shop in Talbot now. So
Yeah. Which one?
not the garage.
Oh, not the garage.
No. There's an actual shop where it used to be a spa. It's been closed for ages. It's
Oh,
now
yeah.
Premier. It's like fully open.
It's not that far.
Yeah, that's what I
is?
mean.
The shop from yours.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk with a box of 20s?
Oh, hang
Or
on. You're working with 21-foot poles or something.
Yeah,
that's true.
At the end of the day, I've been travelling all day. Alright, I was tired, so I wasn't messing around. So I drove round his house, which is opposite the pub and round the corner. So it's a drivable distance. And
Just watch my mirror there, mate. Because
falls on it. I've had enough bad luck. I don't need 7 years. So yeah, I had a chat with him, and he said, 90% you'll be in on Monday, like if you need paperwork. Obviously, I also mentioned key part of the job, afraid of heights. So
scaffolding job.
well, yeah. Obviously, the thing is, obviously, I'm not going to be putting up scaffolding. I'm not going to be given the tools to chain it all together. I wouldn't know where to bloody begin.
So, I just want to sort of simplify it for a sec. You're like helping out at a scaffolding place and you're afraid of heights.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
Nice.
But I have
Like a
told,
pilot.
have told the boss also that I am scared of heights.
Okay, yeah, fair,
but
yeah.
obviously he said there's plenty of work to do in the yard, so.
Yeah.
But he said he'd try me out,
Yeah.
give me, because I can't remember the last time I went up high.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, like,
So, like,
obviously,
what
The
height-
first thing I do is put you up high.
yeah. The one thing I feel
Test.
like,
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
thing I feel like is
Go get that bucket.
went to Blackpool Tower
How about beam?
years ago, like as a child, like you know what I mean, young guy.
Yeah. Well, how
And that's
high,
the scariest that I've ever felt.
how high is like? I'm not up here.
Well, this is it. See, so
This is bad enough,
well,
yeah.
I'll tell you now. I'll tell you. I'll talk you a bit through my week. So obviously, I moved about 500 planks on Monday,
Yeah.
all on the ground. So that was fine.
Sound good.
Well, I say fine. It was hard work. I was bloody knackered.
Yeah, but it was on the ground.
But yeah, it was good day.
You're just not watching
Work-
now, otherwise it'd be 1,000 bucks.
Right,
yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, it was like 500 about 3 times, so 1,500 planks.
Got him as well.
Yeah. And then literally I woke up the next morning, felt alright, arms were a bit sore, and then got to the yard, and then ended up, we had a phone call from one of the teams who were out at Cliff Terrace by Consti, and they couldn't park close enough to the house, so they needed a bitch really to run all the scaffolding and planks up to them.
Do the doggy
So,
work.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm there for. So I was like, alright, fine, quite nice, get out, do something different. Got there, helped them set up the bottom bit by just bringing all the kit, and then the bloke goes, one of the team members goes, right, you get up this ladder,
Yeah.
and you be on the first level. I was like, oh, here we go. But bear in mind, I had to like climb up this ladder with a bucket on my shoulder full of like heavy clips,
Yes.
and I was like, well, this is a test, but so I did that. I was all right. Got up there and I felt all right. You know, I was probably say,
So that's one level then.
yeah,
Like
I
a
was
single story. Then.
yeah. I was like probably as high as the roof of this place.
Yeah.
Like the top,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
ladder up, and I was on there. Obviously, it's got safety rails on the side, so
Obviously.
all the planks, stuff like that. So, but the thing was like, I could hold on to something, fine.
Yeah.
But then it came a point where if I was passing something up,
Yeah.
obviously I had to have 2 of my hands free. So that was a bit like, ooh.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
because
that high?
yeah, just because like, well, I've always got that fear of falling off. You know what I mean? It's like it was like at a height that wasn't quite like, I wouldn't fancy jumping down
Yeah.
and trying to land on my feet because it could give way, especially with my ankle.
Yeah.
So that's then when I get a bit weary. I think I could have gone up another one.
Right.
Like I kind of wish I did just go up,
Just to see.
just to see what I would be like.
But you'd be more iffy,
But-
like hand and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as you got like hand on something, then you.
Yeah, I'd be all right then.
Okay.
Like, but it's just, I think, again, because it's not something I'm used to, I think I could maybe get used to it though. Like,
Of course.
because if you don't, when I was passing things up on the floor,
Yeah.
like after the first couple of times,
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it. I knew the rail was there, so I could just lean against that
You sound.
and like hook it round. And I'm looking up, so I'm just looking at the guy there. So
So would you like go up there for tower?
I mean, I'd go up there for experience, just said done it,
Okay.
but I wouldn't like looking down.
Okay.
Like stuff like that.
What's the point, is it?
No, yeah, but you look out, don't you, and see
Yeah.
everything.
You still see
Oh, so you
height.
look out.
Yeah, no,
Do you know what I mean?
but this is it, right? I say I'm scared of heights, but then if I'm on an airplane, I want a window seat back. I love,
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I love looking out the window, looking down, and.
But you
that
know,
sort of
yeah, but you know that you're not gonna fall out of it.
Well, I mean, touch wood, don't
You
it?
sound you're in like a metal tin.
Like,
and
you
you're
know what I
standing
mean?
up.
Yeah, innit? How that happens is
Just
another
can.
question.
That's got to be the ultimate though. If it's just like like you're in a plane, isn't it? And it just takes a dive, and the captain's like, yeah, we're like brace
Well,
positions.
that's
It's like,
That is scary thought, that, isn't it?
it's just like
I've always thought though, right?
Everyone has
I'm
that.
dying,
When
right?
you get on a plane, everyone has that.
Oh, 100%.
You think of
Well,
worse,
you can't,
don't
you can't not think about it.
No.
Like,
I like still like have a little like pray when I take off. I'm like, I don't know if you're real, but just look after me.
I don't
Take
know.
off the best bit, but
Like, if you exist, you'll make sure I.
Yeah, no.
just like,
But it's worked.
Yeah.
So far.
oh.
but yeah, no, it is a horrible thought that though.
Oh, it is. Every time I go flying, that's the first thing I think of. Like just before flying, like this could be the end.
I've always thought though, right? So say, like you said, that if the plane starts like nosedive,
Yeah.
I've always thought that like I shouldn't brace, but like I'd try and time it.
Right.
So I'd get in the middle of the aisle,
Yeah.
and then I'd run to the back.
As it's hitting the ground.
Well, maybe just before.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm the furthest away from the front.
Yeah, but like.
So it goes, if it crumples.
Yeah, but.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, but then I might, like, you know, I might be alright because I'm right.
Yeah,
at the
but have
back.
you thought that like if you're nosediving,
Yeah.
it's not going to be possible to get to the back?
Yeah, it is, because you'd claw yourself with the seats.
Can you imagine how nuts you look? Even in a panic, people would go, "What the fuck's he doing?"
But you know what I mean?
Have you not seen those films where like there's turbulence and the fucking stewardess like bang onto the seat?
You're thinking it's just going to be like a smooth ride. Mate, the thing's shaking like a shitting dog.
You're like, right, I've got this. I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but you know, I don't know.
Trained
yeah,
for
but
this.
but I mean, surely you try something. You know what I mean? Imagine being someone walking off that plane and being like, "Oh my god, I survived a plane crash."
Yeah. I know what you're saying because there's that fight or flight thing where you're like, I'm going to do everything I can here to live. But I think you just got
to like, obviously you've got to accept it that like,
I'm going to die.
You know, but then if you know it's coming,
especially
you've got to try and do something. Like
especially if you're at the back, you're like, fuck off, get back to your seat, lad. I'm fucking mad. But I do always think like, you know, if you're going to like, if it's like you're over water, you're like, oh, there's a you know, slim, if he like pulls up or whatever.
You can bounce maybe.
You know, the Hudson, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
I always think like, well, I want to be fucking ready here because if that door opens, it's going to fill up quick.
Yeah.
So I'm gone. Do you know what I mean? Fuck whoever's
kicking
fucking
the windows in, trying to. They're only plastic. That's what I don't understand.
It's like two bits of plastic.
Yeah.
It's like, it's mad.
But then as soon as they burst, if they burst in the sky, you get sucked out.
Yeah.
I guess what I do. Then you will want your belt on.
Well, yeah. No, I always had that thought.
I think I would be scared of heights.
It's grim though. It's the thought that like.
It's when you go in those little planes, like your little Ryanairs and stuff. When you go on the big fucking, like when we go in Australia or something, you're on the massive planes, you just forget because they're so smooth.
Yeah, you don't
stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when you're rattling along on a fucking Ryanair.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Do you always? Do you know like when the not the barrier, like the ramp sort of goes up to the plane.
Yeah.
So you walk through it, isn't it, to get into the plane?
Yeah.
You can see like some of the outside. You're like, oh, that looks a bit fucking rusty out there. Like,
Oh yeah,
but I always do that. I'm like, well, that looks well old.
Wow.
What?
What you can't see off camera is there's a cat shitting
right outside the door
with his arms facing to
I kind of wish that
That's
it was proper weird. I was just like, wow, what a time.
Right.
Just one move on.
Sorry, yeah.
What is your like? Are you a takeoff fan or a landing fan? When you're flying, obviously.
What do you mean fan though? Like,
Well, like, you know,
You don't enjoy either then?
Yeah. Like, I love the takeoff.
I like takeoff.
I love takeoff. Like, I love that feeling when
Takeoff
it like boots in and you're like, whoa.
yeah.
Gives you that bit of
It
G-force.
does,
Takeoff's mad, but it's like iffy.
Yeah, obviously you want to get up in the sky.
Because sometimes, you know, like when you like lose your sort of cushion, you're like, well, are we fucking still climbing here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you feel that.
Yeah.
But then when you come into land, and as soon as it hits, I'm like, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
like, I don't know, there's something about like the jolt.
Oh yeah, it is a mad
It's a bit
feeling.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you think it's going quite quick anyway, and then it just goes. You're like, what?
Yeah.
No,
Obviously,
it's definitely takeoff.
you see those videos and stuff, don't you? You know, like when you're on fucking YouTube.
Mm.
And there's ones that just like plough into like a wood. Do you know what I mean? Oh, they don't take off. You're just like, wow,
It's a
imagine
scaffolding pulse.
Yeah. Like at least when you're coming into land, if something goes wrong, you kind of, do you know what I mean?
By the fall.
You're slowing down.
You should.
Yeah. It might burst into
Your
flames. You've got a
chances are
chance.
probably
Well, takeoff and landing are when most accidents happen, innit?
yeah.
They say. But it's when you get into the sky and you're just into the sky and you think, oh, fucking that's alright. But you're still like that climbing, and then there's that little drop.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
And you're like, oh.
The engine noise just changed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's.
Yeah, like you say, when you're at your sort of like, you know,
Cold
cruising
sweat.
altitude or whatever, and you just cruising,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, we're right now.
Put it in 6th gear, mate.
Yeah.
So
So what did you want to go on?
yeah, Logan Paul fight, mate. Because as much as how shit it is, it's everyone talks about it and it's a big talking point.
Yeah, obviously, I didn't watch it or pay any money. Like, I mean, was it 16 quid on Sky Sports box office?
I don't even know.
15.99 or something like that.
I don't even
I just
know.
licked my mugs. It's class. I was like, what did you just say that? And I just popped out my mug. I was trying to
Keep that in. Why did you do that?
I don't know. It was drip there.
Can they get?
Yeah, anyone, just get in touch if you want a mug.
I can say, by the way, this is a great
Great size.
velocity in this.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's a 4-finger hold.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah,
that's showing how
it's a
large it
great
is.
work mug. This, which is
I have got my own. This is just a
Slytherin.
borrowed one for the evening.
yeah. So obviously they made millions of pounds.
Yeah.
How much are we talking? I have
Well,
no idea.
from what I've seen, figures-wise, Mayweather's made 100
100
million.
million, yeah.
But then that's without the pay-per-view takings. So obviously, I don't know how much they had in pay-per-view takings.
Are they not releasing
But
that information?
What it was
Probably
like,
will come out.
yeah, it was. What I saw was Logan Paul was paid 20 million, and then he was getting 10% of the takings of the box office, where Mayweather was getting 100 million and 70% of the takings. So the actual show itself, so you're taking 20% of it, which is quite mad, really, considering when you pay so much for Mayweather, are you actually gonna make any money on it? You know what I mean? If you're paying 100 million to him and then 70% of the takings,
Yeah.
you're not making much money, are you? I don't know.
I mean, they must be making.
But it was just all of it. I woke up in the morning and then I saw it was it went the distance.
Oh,
I was
that's
just
the
like,
first ridiculous thing. Fucking Sunday night.
Oh yeah,
Sunday night, Monday morning.
I thought it was Saturday. I did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Good job. I wasn't planning to watch it.
I was thinking
I
about
woke
it.
up 4 a.m. and it's not even on.
What time was it on? Was it on at 4
4
a.m?
a.m.
Oh,
was it?
Yeah.
fucking hell. So I would have thought about maybe getting up to watch it, maybe.
Okay, but not paying for
But
it.
that was before I knew about it, that you couldn't lose unless it was a knockout.
Mm.
That is just...
Yeah,
oh.
man.
Well, yeah, it was it was an exhibition, wasn't it? So it was
But it was an exhibition, but you could knock.
You can
If
knock
you
someone
got knocked out,
when-
you could knock each other out.
Yeah.
But obviously,
But it
maybe-
was there was no judges, there was no no winner, anything like that. Unless obviously there was even no disqualification from what I saw. So I had some weird thought that
no.
he'd just kick him in the nuts or something like that. You know what I mean? Like Logan Paul could have just done something crazy. But
Imagine if you just.
again, a loss wouldn't have gone on.
Amazing.
A loss wouldn't have gone on, any
Maybe.
record, and a win won't go on it. But it's just I don't know. I just don't know what to make of it. Fair play to them for making money. Floyd
Yeah.
even said in his press conference that it was a legalized bank robbery.
Yeah,
it was just
yeah.
easy money for him.
But we talked about the YouTube boxing and stuff
Yeah.
earlier on, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I think it's gone off on a silly thing now. When Eddie Hearn was promoting KSI and Logan Paul, for some reason that was different to me. A YouTuber and a YouTuber,
Yeah.
I kind of feels more acceptable than
Well, yeah,
a
it's-
great.
But that's
YouTuber.
just anyone having a scrap in it, really. You know what I mean? That could be
It's a joke.
anyone, two hardest men in ABBA wanting to go one-on-one with each other and you stick them in a boxing ring.
And the thing is,
Some people will buy it.
we'd all pay for it because you
Yeah.
want to see that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's
and that's-
supply and demand.
That's the exact.
It
That
is.
is the problem. That is the issue with it all.
It won't stop now.
But it's the fact is now though is obviously Mayweather has arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
Mm.
He's adding fuel to the fire in a way that he's not gone out and absolutely battered Logan Paul.
Yeah.
He's actually made him go the distance,
Yeah.
and he's not knocked him out. Although the size difference and stuff, you'd still expect Mayweather to really batter him to a point where he probably should have dropped.
Yeah.
But now, Logan Paul can always come out and say, I went 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather and I wasn't knocked out. So he's going to go on now to make more money off something else
Yeah.
by fighting somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's because Mayweather's basically given him that platform.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel. It was I feel it's all fixed.
if it
It's
wasn't
gone-
Mayweather, it'd be someone else.
But no one's as big as Mayweather.
No, but
Like,
you
you know,
say
they
about
were-
Tommy
you know-
Fury fighting Jake Paul, wasn't it?
yeah.
It was so he's trying to get his fingers in the fucking pie as well. It's
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
wants
Yeah,
a
to be
piece of it.
fair though, I think that with that, obviously Jake called Tommy out and he was like, I just want to fucking smash it. I don't think he'd be in it for the money. Whereas Mayweather, I think, is 100 mil.
Oh, no, he's in for the money. You don't fight a YouTuber if you just want to smash his face.
Like I know he's called him out, but then he's
Obviously,
obviously
get paid.
but he's probably thought about it as well. Like I mean, he's only fighting 4-round fights on BT Sport, like Tommy Fury. I didn't realise that either. I thought
I
know he's like building
profile,
up, but I thought like he was at a stage where he was, you know, he could go at least 8 to 10 rounds. But I was like, and he only just beat that bloke the other day.
Yeah, that was a bit of a. I think
So-
that he was a late. That wasn't the guy he was meant to fight.
Well, no, but the bloke he was meant to fight was like a bin man. Well, not an actual bin man.
Yeah.
Like no disrespect to bin men, but
Like
they
that guy
can't
was-
box.
He was undefeated, don't he? Like
The one he
I don't
did,
know
the
much
one he
about
did
it,
beat.
but-
Yeah, he was actually unbeaten, but the bloke he was meant to fight was like 0-16. So it's like,
Okay.
what's the point? So it's probably a good job he pulled that.
Yeah. Because obviously that brings us on to Jake Paul and that UFC guy.
Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Tyron Woodley's I think he's just fallen off a cliff in UFC because he's lost his last 3 fights now. It's one of those ones where with UFC, people it's a bit like football where they're obsessed with like golden assists. Like people in UFC are obsessed with like a record. You look at a record, you go fucking hell, 26-0, like against Khabib or whatever, or 28-0, wherever it was.
Yeah.
And then you have like McGregor, and he was good to a point. Now he's lost a couple of fights. You look at his record, and you go, it's just really good. Just enough. It's not like elite anymore.
Yeah.
And I think Tyron Woodley's gone down that way where 3 or 4 fights ago he'd have been like, don't fight him.
Is he quite good?
But now he's like,
wasn't
Hands wise, can he bang and stuff? I don't know much about him really. So
He's more of a striker,
He's-
at least anyway, than Askren.
he's got power.
yeah, he has, but he's just he's turned into a bit not a coward. You don't call him a coward. I don't even get to an octagon, but
Yeah.
you watch him fight, you can see the fear in his
he
face.
looks- since that first loss, wasn't it? He looked like a changed
He looks tough.
bloke. Was it Usman who beat him? Yeah.
Usman's beaten him. Yeah, like I say, he's lost 3 on the bounce now. It's just because I think he beat him as well in the down till.
So obviously,
Did he?
Down till beat him as well. I think.
I don't know.
Either way,
Possibly.
his confidence is just. I think it's more. I'm sure he's still got it. He can still win fights in UFC, but his confidence. Lose 3 fights in a row in UFC. Your confidence like that.
Yeah.
And if he was a rookie or someone only semi-decent in the sport,
Yeah.
he'd have gone right down the bottom of the rankings again and
Yeah.
maybe disappeared. Because he's been all the way up there,
Yeah.
he's obviously getting a bit more leeway, and he's probably looking at it and going, fucking, I need something now where it's just money,
Bit of a payday.
bit of a payday, and probably not going to lose.
But he might have a shot then at beating Jake Paul.
This is it though. It's like I feel like you'd look at it and probably think, I think he's got a better chance than Askren ever did.
Yeah.
But then at the
That's a
same
joke.
time, I still think that these opponents are like hand-picked for Jake Paul to win, to obviously carry on this. Like, you know, it's good for the business or whoever's showing it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure Showtime, is it? That's a boxing company, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they've actually signed Jake Paul.
They have, yeah.
So they're going to try and milk this for all his YouTube fans in America.
It's basically turned into
Brings
what?
views, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he brings
Yeah.
money.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but that's it. So
It's
they're
eyes,
not
isn't
going
it?
to put him in with someone
Yeah.
who's he's going to lose. Because if he loses, that's it. The hype's over. It's finished. No one will want to watch him again.
I don't think it is.
Do you not think?
No, because he's got his
What, even if
he's got his millions of subscribers. Doesn't matter who he fights.
Yeah, but
they'll
if he
pay
gets
for it.
but if he gets sparked out by a UFC fighter,
The thing
he's
is,
going to be like, well, you've got no hope in the boxing world. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but they're not doing it to be in the boxing world. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
but
doing it for the payday. It's like the in thing. At the
He
moment.
seems
They
to
are
say
doing
that he
it.
is. He's like, proper training and says like
they're all
he
concerned.
thinks no, but like
no,
he actually believes his own hype, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
they do. There's a lot. There
Like,
are
I'd
a few
love to punch him,
people.
I would.
Oh, he's a fucking.
I see his
It's Jake
face.
Paul,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just see his face.
There's
and
a
I'm
few
just like,
people that have told him he's like respectable people that have said he's like got technique and he's can punch and
Yeah.
stuff.
Of course
and
he has.
he looks alright.
He's
Like.
got some people, probably some very good people
Yeah.
training him. You're going to get to a certain level of half decent in a year or two.
But obviously, like the pay for like what they're getting for fights is like colossal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Compared to like
That's
YouTube
ridiculous.
videos.
It's
So
ridiculous.
why not pursue that?
Like you were saying about if he lost the fight, maybe the interest would drop. Fucking KSI beat Logan Paul. Logan Paul just fought Mayweather.
yeah.
So he lost and you've still got
nothing.
Mayweather.
Yeah. But like that fucking got your hat. Like you saw that, didn't you?
Oh.
He made millions off that. He's not thick. Like
No, of
he
course,
produced clothing like the day
Yeah.
after and sold it. And
He got a tattoo.
You got a
didn't he?
tattoo on his
yeah,
knee and
and yeah, he got punched by Mayweather. Wow.
But it's eyes, isn't it? It's all eyes on you
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're watching him. Millions of people have seen that clip.
Yeah.
YouTubers are the new celebrities now. I think people forget that they're celebrities, but that's boxing like that is just going down the way of wrestling, where it's all just fucking so rigged.
Yeah.
There's no way Ben Askren was knocked out. I don't care what anyone says.
you kind of don't believe it.
I don't believe it. The bloke's been kicked in the head so many times in MMA.
Yeah, and
and
there's one
one
right
blow
to
from a
fucking-
foot. Yeah.
So just a good value then.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
That's what
Got
I
his
mean.
money.
No, that's what I mean. It's like more for
got his
the.
money.
That's what I'm trying to say with the whole, and I think Woodley will do the same at some point. It might not be first round, but it might go a few,
Is it
and then
August?
it
Yeah,
might
yeah,
drop
could
it.
easy. But I say it was on the same trajectory actually.
But it's
Askren
just
had
to
lost three.
But it's just to
two, three
keep
fights
this
now?
hype.
Yeah.
It's just to keep this hype train going.
Yeah.
That's what I feel it is.
It's annoying because
And-
like we're talking about
Yeah.
it. Do you know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
that's it.
That's
yeah.
exactly what
Yeah.
it is.
That
And
is.
obviously that is what they want.
But you can't not because it's just it's because you hate them.
Yeah,
You want
yeah, that's
them
it.
to lose.
Yeah, I want them to lose badly.
But then
But
you're
they
just
just
generating more fucking money from them.
But
I said it's money. It's what people pay for what they want now, and you can pretty much get what you want. So
yeah,
people want to see YouTubers fighting, let them pay to watch YouTubers fighting.
So-
They're selling out arenas. What can you do? Someone wants
yeah,
to watch
that's it as well. There's like 40,000 people watching it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
That's a mad thing in America. Is like stadiums and stuff like a packed.
They're just every, yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like how.
Well, what do you mean? What the
They're
COVID
just-
stuff?
Yeah.
Don't
Like
care
I know
about
we're
it,
slowly
yeah.
getting there, but they just don't like care, do they?
No,
They're just like, yeah, they'll pack like a stadium full of people. Don't care.
I love that attitude though now.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point.
Well, now they've run out of vaccines, right?
Well, they reckon they're
They're
delaying
delaying
it, aren't they? So now 21st of June, it's
What,
not
the-
happening. Like,
Opening up.
yeah,
Like,
But this
and
one's
it's
been
just like-
spreading.
yeah, and it's just like fucking
Because
hell.
unless you're seeing
It's
those
gonna be
numbers
different.
turn into
Yeah.
hospital admissions, doesn't fucking matter.
no.
Yeah.
Like if people might get ill with it, or people might get it.
Yeah, but then
Obviously, you don't want to transmit it, but if it's not turning into deaths and hospital admissions, it's just a fucking cold.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally all it is.
Yeah.
So we got to get on with
The
it.
thing
but-
is though, there's going to be variant after variant after variant as
Oh,
well, because
yeah.
that's what viruses do.
No, we're just
mutate.
gonna, it's our life
So it's
now.
going to be every time. Like, you're just going to, like, oh, new variant could kill everyone, so we'll just keep it.
Funny enough, I had my jab last week.
Yeah.
So
First one.
First one, I was
What did you have?
Pfizer.
Oh, you'll be alright.
They said the Astra's not amazing apparently. So I was like,
Well, it doesn't make you feel good.
Well, as if you had a choice, like
no, they just gave me Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Yeah, but they've said that under 30s will be given Pfizer now
You wait.
because Astra is
Yeah.
less safe than them.
Well, yeah, this is talk about blood clots, but it's just not.
Oh, it's like 1 in 18 million.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Second one, mate. You wait.
Oh really?
Oh.
Well, you said this, I was for
Did you have the same as me though?
Pfizer. I had.
You had the Pfizer.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you had a different one.
No, I
Oh,
had
you were
Pfizer,
Sam,
yeah.
and you were fine.
Well, I say
What'd you
fine.
have?
Oh, yeah, Pfizer.
Yeah.
The second,
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
first one was fine.
No, as in the first one that came out, the jab.
What?
That's the Pfizer, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much Pfizer.
The
right?
first.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one that was
Well, the-
Yeah,
accessory.
Pfizer,
yeah.
BioNTech or whatever it was.
Right, yeah, that's
But-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was
I was fine after the first one,
Death, man.
and then the second one, I was okay, but the next day I was like lethargic as hell.
Mm.
Like anything I did, I
Yeah.
was absolutely knackered. Like after doing it, like you came to my house, you know the little garden out the back.
Mhm.
It's not really big, is it?
No.
I was cutting that, and I had to stop halfway through because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
I was on my arse.
I think I was tired. I was
But
aching.
other than that, I
Yeah,
was
no,
fine.
first one I was fine. Second one, mate, killed me.
I was aching. It's the dead arm classic. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I had a headache, chronic headache behind the eyes.
Oh,
but
maybe you'd be alright then.
it was gone.
Yeah,
so
you
it was
might-
gone then. A
Yeah.
couple of days.
You
But
might be alright if
they
you
said
sort
they-
of had a bit of a reaction to that.
they've come out and said the Astra might not be as good as they thought it was. So.
No, I've just seen things that's all of them are fine.
Oh, they're all fine, but they're just saying it's not as
97%
they reckon.
against,
They're
any
all fine.
variant and all this and stuff. But
I mean, ours is part German, so probably.
but it's too late now anyway. If it isn't fine, we're fucked.
We'll be in alright in no
Because we've
time.
had it.
Love yellow hair and blue eyes before you know it.
yeah, yeah. They do know how to make good stuff, like, especially cars.
You can trust the Germans, can't you?
You can, mate.
So yeah,
Talk about
I had
good
that.
stuff. We need to talk about the Euros now to move on from boxing and shit.
Do you know what I just thought? Like, we don't know like how long this is going on for. But I know it's fine.
I did
but-
fully charge the battery.
Yeah, no.
Shall I quickly check if it's still going?
Yeah.
Like for all we know,
It
it
should
should be
be.
like 4 hours. Do you know what I mean?
There's no timer on it.
Yeah, but is it?
Well, that's good. That can be kept.
Keep that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it? Yeah.
Um,
It's half an hour. We've been so far.
Oh, cool.
ah.
So,
Euros.
where do you want to start? Like England
Well,
squad,
alright, who's
first
gonna
game?
win?
Wales squad. We'll live in Wales squad now.
Who's going to win?
Do you know what, right? I've looked at this, okay? Now, you want, this is a long answer. You just go...
I want a quick answer. Who do you think's going to win?
France.
Okay. Who's going to win?
I think Belgium.
Do you?
Yeah. See, this
Really?
is what I was going to say.
Bit like Roy Keane.
Because it depends on the path, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think
I...
Portugal are going to do it. You know?
I'm not sure yet. Portugal?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, it was in a group,
Yeah,
like.
it doesn't matter. They'll go through.
Yeah, but have you?
And I actually think France will not make it out of the groups.
I didn't realise the permutation where you can come third and still qualify.
Yeah, and
yeah.
if
But how
that's the
many
case,
teams
then
can do
France
that?
will.
4 of the 6.
See, like...
They need
So,
to.
yeah,
They'll
so
probably-
France will go through then.
Yeah. They
I don't think they'll come top 2 though, France. I think Germany will surprise a few people.
Germany, yeah, they're always a good team though in Germany.
And yeah, I know they've been poor recently,
It's
but I
squad's
just think they're like, you know,
They're just
backed
Germany.
They had a good win.
They're just Germany.
Obviously, it was only against
I nearly
Latvia.
said Germany, but no.
Obviously, it was against Latvia, but they battered them 7-1. That's going to be buzzing for them to go in.
Yeah.
Thomas Muller's on fire. Gnabry is class.
Yeah.
If Werner somehow manages to put something in the fucking net, it'll be a miracle. But they,
Oh, they got some great players.
I think
they're weak at the back.
You're talking Belgium. I think their time has been and gone. When Wales beat them that year, that was their time.
But I was
That
thinking
was
the
they
same.
should have walked that.
I was thinking the same, see, because I think they got an easier path.
Yeah, but you look at their team and it's just the defence is awful. Now.
That's what we need.
Oh wow! where was he Champions League final? In hospital because Rudiger's end.
I said that's the reason I said
Like-
Belgium is because of their group. They've got a group.
Yeah, they've
they'll
got an
top
easy
it.
group.
They'll
What
top
a
the group.
horrendous way to set up Jimmy City. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, off topic. That.
Yeah, let's not-
Don't really want to discuss it.
Yeah, let's not
Shy
use-
final. Who cares?
Yeah.
But no, I just think Portugal team
Yeah.
is
Yep.
stacked. Like,
You know what puts me off Portugal? They won the last one.
yeah,
And I
very
can't
rare
see
people go back to
2
back.
in a
Like,
row. I
Yeah.
can't.
I don't know. I just feel like it's such a, you know, all the majority of their players have had like really good seasons as well. So they're all pretty much on form.
It's crazy.
You
This
know what I
one.
mean? You've got like, you know, Cancelo, Diaz won the league at City, Bernardo Silva's in there, Ronaldo, like it says it all.
Got Renato Sanchez, an unbelievable
Ronaldo
season.
played
at Lille.
amazing at Lille, yeah. You know, Ruben Neves, okay, hasn't a great year, but still a good player.
Bruno Fernandes,
Yeah, Bruno.
Jota,
Yeah, John.
João Felix,
Yeah,
Ronaldo.
yeah, they just
It
got.
says
just,
this be like non-name Ronaldo.
yeah, well, I did say Ronaldo,
Okay,
but you're not
Nah.
listening. But like, you know, even Pepe at the back is like 38 years old, but he's been unreal.
Got Patricio in goal, then they've got a very and that
Yeah.
Guerrero left back then.
Guerrero, what a left back.
Yeah.
So I just think they've got a really good chance.
I've got a question.
Right.
England starting lineup.
What for the
Just like best then, not like
For the
for a
first-
game.
for the first game? Or
No, just
No.
like the best.
Oh,
lineup.
what I
would
pick.
Yeah.
Like.
Nice.
Well, I pick Henderson in goal because I don't think Pickford's very good. I don't rate Pickford.
Don't rate any of them.
I'd rather
Well, the
Henderson.
goalkeepers already. Players.
I'd rather Henderson in goal.
Keepers.
So I'm obviously got to pick a team from the squad that he's taken, right? Innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it position by position.
Yeah, we
or
could
just
do it
go
that
through-
way, yeah.
So we'll go
Because
through
I think we'll
goalkeeper.
all,
Oh, okay.
we'll all agree on
uh,
Henderson probably. I would as well.
Who's the third keeper? Pope.
Sam Johnston.
Henderson.
Okay. We're probably all going to agree on the left back as well.
Yeah, Luke Shaw starts for me.
I'm not Luke Shaw's like biggest fan, but he can't argue he's an unbelievable
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
So he deserves that left back. Chilwell.
Thing is, are we all going? What formation are we going?
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I think for
I mean, he loves a three at the back. Don't
Are you going
Gareth?
one holding or two holding?
I don't care. He hasn't got the players to play through the back.
If I'd go with like a 4-2-3-1 if I was the England manager. That's
So
what
like a
I'd
10
play.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy
I think
with
that's probably
that.
going to be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so centre halves, Maguire and Stones has got to be. If obviously Maguire's unfit, but
Okay.
you know, of the team he plays. If
I
he's fit.
I agree.
I would go Maguire, Kyle Walker.
What, a 2?
Yeah, the two. I still would.
Good lord.
Maguire needs that cover for pace, and John Stones. I think that the hype around John Stones is nonsense. Honestly.
Carl Walker centre back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He plays centre back anyway.
Yeah, he plays as a 3.
Yeah, in 3. No, I
He's not gonna play.
get it, but I would play Cam.
I wouldn't trust Cam.
I don't trust him a right back.
I don't, yeah, well, that's what I mean. I don't understand. Everyone's raving about him, and I'm just like, he's just not that good.
I don't get it.
But
I'd play
as a
him.
third centre half, at a push just for the pace.
So what if Maguire's not fit then?
Well, this is it. If he's not fit, then I change my formation.
Okay, you can't.
All right,
It's
okay.
still 4 back.
So I would replace Maguire with
We got Tyra Mings, Cody,
Ben White.
Ben White.
And this is it though. Like all 3 of them. The only one who plays in a 4 is Mings.
It's got to be Mings.
So I'd play Mings.
It's got to be Mings.
No way.
But I don't rate Mings.
No way. I think he's terrible.
Really?
Terrible.
I'd rather Ben White.
I'd rather fucking Connor Cody. At least he's a leader as well.
Connor
He's
Cody's
the leader.
pony.
Just headers and kicks it, but then
Yeah, he's just not very good. I'd have Ben White, but
So Ben White and Stones.
instead of
They're
if Maguire's injured,
they are
which
weak
he will be.
at the back, England.
But that's why.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And that Croatia first game is a real fucking tricky one. If
Yeah.
they come off the back of that and lose, you're going into a Scotland game.
Yeah.
They could be in some fucking serious pressure.
It's
Because Scotland will come at them.
a must win then.
I know Scotland aren't great, but they'll come at them. But anyway, okay, yeah, right back.
Right back. I'd pick Reece James
Yeah.
because I'd be wanting to win.
This. Yeah.
Like Kieran Trippier is.
Would you
is
take
good.
a Wan-Bissaka?
I don't know.
He's probably the best defensive English.
Yeah, like
player,
I mean, it's ideal if you come up against the likes of like a France or something like that.
but if you
because they're sitting
progress,
back.
surely.
Yeah,
You need
but I feel like
Tough one.
I don't know. The thing is, Trippier can defend. He's alright. Like he's pretty solid. He
But
can
like
go forward
Ben
as well.
said, Wan-Bissaka is probably the best right back in the world, one-on-one defending.
Yeah.
Anything else, shite.
Yeah, but like the
Yeah.
thing is though, you don't. This is the thing though. I feel like
You probably take
lot-
him for the right game.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, you know, I mean, Southgate picked 4 right backs. Wan-Bissaka's one of those 4. Like he should have been.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. He obviously doesn't like him. He's not very good going forward. Don't get me wrong. He has improved a bit, but he's just one of them.
I
But
think it's
obviously,
just one-on-one
defensively, he is
Just one-
so good.
Yeah,
Like,
just one-on-one.
Yeah.
I don't trust him when there's not someone running at him and the ball's over the side of the pitch.
yeah.
He's never switched on. He's never close to his centre half. I
Yeah.
don't trust the guy.
Yeah.
How many goals at back post? Remember
Yeah.
that Brighton
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
About 70 crosses getting
Yeah,
back
that-
post, and he's like watching the guy run past them.
Yeah. And there's so many goals we conceded like that.
Oh, ridiculous.
Well.
I would have taken him though for the one-on-one.
Yes.
Because if you come up against Mbappe,
Yes.
you're like,
You
oh
know
fuck it, let's
he's
just
got
nullify
him on
him.
lock.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I'll go. I know you're getting like fucking kick off, but I'm going Walker.
No, I'm
I'd
not
go
going
Reece- I'd
to
go-
kick off. I just don't rate Kyle
I'd
Walker.
go Reece James as well. I
Yeah.
think he's
I think James is good enough
He's
going
quality.
forward and at the
He is
back.
quality.
yeah, definitely
But-
strong, quick.
Yeah.
Just go for a little bit more experience, personally. than Kyle Walker.
Yeah. Two midfielders.
This is
now
nice.
this is interesting
This is solid.
because one of them is Declan Rice for me
Yeah.
because I think he's class. I love Rice. I think he's quality. Like breaking up play, passing, left foot, right foot. He can spread a ball.
Yeah, he'd definitely be one of mine as well.
And
Declan
then
Rice.
the other one is obviously like between 2, and I'd pick Bellingham just because I think he's great and he's ready. I think he's ready. Like he's proven it in Champions League.
What?
He can play. He's back up and down. He's not just a holder. He can get forward, score goals. But the only other choice then is Henderson, and I don't.
Is he fit? He's not fit.
Well, he played 45 the other day.
Okay.
Missed a pen shot.
If he's fit, he plays. Henderson.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's going to play.
What
but I mean,
choices-
we're talking about ours now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'd be Rice
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Bellingham.
What choices have you got holding?
Calvin Phillips is there.
Oh, forgot about him.
That's it really.
Yeah, you.
And then obviously then you're looking at maybe like players like
Mount.
Mount or Grealish can sit in, but they're not they're not that
Definitely
position.
Definitely. Mount maybe, definitely not Grealish.
No.
Calvin Phillips, tough one.
Yeah, I think like first choice, I'd say Henderson with him myself.
Yeah.
I think Henderson again, just an experience. He's had the big games. He's played in. I know, but he's played in all the big games.
Yeah.
None of the other ones have.
Yeah.
None of the other ones have.
No.
He's had that Champions League final
Yes.
pressure.
Yeah.
So as much as like I don't think he's the best player in the world, but some players just get in because they've just got the fucking know-how and to
Yeah.
get through a
Yeah.
game.
Would you put the same there?
I'd go Henderson and Rice. Yeah.
Now it gets interesting.
The whole
Well,
You got
the
him
rest
on
of
top.
it.
Yeah.
Well, we're all putting Kane up top, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Him or
jumping the
Calvert
gun
Lewin,
here,
but
all
so
Kane
it's
up
obviously.
top.
I mean, it's
So it's the
obviously
left 10 and the right then.
It's easy for
Yeah.
me. I have no like
the
Really?
left.
Oh god.
The left is Grealish.
correct
Like,
every day
you
of
know,
the week.
I know you know, Rashford hasn't had a very good second half of the season. You know, he's put up numbers, and sometimes maybe that overshadows obviously like actual match day performance. But
Yeah.
I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt for playing through injuries. Like he's clearly fucked. He's still fucked now. He only just started training like the other week and stuff, and it's just like I don't see why he's going. He's come out and said he's going to have an operation after the Euros on one of his injuries, which is going to be his ankle. If it's that bad that it needs an op,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be playing. But he's a proud guy. Obviously wants to represent his country, so fair enough. But Grealish gets in on that left because I feel like he's got to play somewhere. Like you've got to have him in your team at the moment because he is every time he plays for England at the moment, he's the bright spark.
Yeah.
Wins the fouls, creates things. You know, creating fouls massive for England. Set pieces, especially if Slabs is playing for England. You put Harry Maguire in an England shirt, he heads fucking everything in.
Yeah. England have got some unbelievable creative players, but I don't think you've got a better one than Grealish. When he's running with the ball, he's not quick.
Well, I mean, he finished third in the league, creative wise, behind Bruno.
Doing that behind a Villa, like.
But he didn't play for 3 months.
No,
And he wasn't that far off the rest.
he creates so many opportunities. Like I think that's the difference between him. Like,
Very quiet.
oh really?
Yeah.
Him like Mount and Foden. You can argue they're sort of like quite similar.
Yeah.
They're not wingers.
Creative.
No.
Foden's really creative.
Very
I still don't think he might get to that level, but he's definitely not there yet at Grealish's level consistently. Grealish, like, watch Villa, obviously he's playing at Villa, so he's going to stand out,
Yeah.
but he still does it
Yeah.
every week at Villa. Most foul player in the league by miles. So yeah, Grealish on the left.
But like,
And I put Rashford third, by the way. I'd put me on Sterling as well. I think it's
No
thinking
way.
season.
Sterling's awful.
I don't
I feel
feel
like this is another conversation anyway, because like we could talk about Grealish.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff. But he does. I'm going Rashford on the left.
You're going Rashford.
Oh, yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Grealish, but we won't get into that now.
Not a fan of Grealish.
No, but we could, because it could turn into.
Could go to Man City for 100 million this summer.
Well, that's the thing, see, right? If he does,
Grealish, really?
what's that? Roy Keane, isn't it? When Jamie Carragher does a big gigs.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Jamie.
Really? What's that? Oh yeah, gigs.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Really, Jamie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If he does that, goes to Man City, and then I'll change my opinion on it.
Really?
Yeah.
But he's doing it in a worse side.
Yeah. So he's
pulling up
He's-
numbers in a.
he's the best player in the team, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but I
I'm
mean,
not.
he still put like.
And, like, I
without
don't-
him, Villa struggled.
And like you said about
You see it
he's the
without-
most fouled player. Yeah. Wow. And what like?
But that just shows that he's doing a lot
Good
of
at
the
diving.
running.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
He does a lot.
Rashford on the left again.
Okay.
I say it's another conversation.
Yeah.
It's a beer
Well,
one that one is.
The right side for me is Clear and Sancho.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure, mate? You have to think about that. So Sterling's not going in.
No,
No chance.
I mean it's mad, but
If it was on the back of last
See,
season.
like Sterling.
I kind of feel like I wouldn't have taken him. I'm
yeah,
that close
that
because
far.
he's been that bad.
It's
I
a
don't
sh-
think he scored a goal in the second half of the season.
No, he has been poor.
Like, he's been awful.
The position was his. It was literally his. He
Yeah.
had it, and it was sort of everyone else as a backer.
Yeah.
He's lost it because he had such a bad maybe 18 months.
Yeah, he's just not been very good.
Not
at all.
good enough, really.
It's a shame Mason isn't there, isn't it? Isn't
Oh,
there
I was
for the
taking him if he was fit.
But again, it's nice to see him
I'm
having a
glad-
break.
I'm
as-
glad.
Yeah,
he's-
true, yeah.
I'm sort of glad that he's not there like,
From
for United.
Because I don't think he plays anyway. I don't think he gets.
I don't think he starts, but he's
No,
definitely
but
an option.
you'd be someone. I
Do you
definitely
know
would
what
have
I
taken him just because right hand side they're light on players.
If he goes to
You
me,
got
like
you got Sancho and Foden.
Yeah, but see, I play Foden in the middle.
Yeah, but you're only playing like 5-6 games max, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's 5-6 games. You don't need to rest people
On top
really.
of like a
do you?
60-game season. Like.
Yeah, I'm happy he hasn't gone.
Oh yeah, I'm pleased he's not gone. It's
Like I
nice.
say, Rashford
Like I
should
said,
have
I'd
gone.
rather Maguire and Rashford not be there now
Yeah,
than the
yeah.
fact that they're not fit. But
it's
it is
mad
what it is.
how like confident I am when like Mason Greenwood goes like in on goal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like he's better than this.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Whereas obviously compared to like Rashford, you're like
Yeah, you just don't know what you're gonna
Or
get.
Dan James.
Yeah.
Anyone.
So was that Sancho's all around?
So I'm going. Yeah, sorry, Sancho on the right. Yeah.
So
and then in the hole.
And the whole well, to me, it's Foden.
Same for me.
He's just one bloke. I just love watching him. I hate City.
Mount's close, to be fair. I do rate Mount. Good player.
I don't think Mount's a bad
I think
player.
I'd give it
You go Mount, yeah.
on form. I think he's. I Foden's had a good season. I think Mount's just carried Chelsea in a lot of games this year.
It's close.
I think again though, it's like down to the fact that
I think
he was obviously like Mount was the whole thing of like him being Southgate's little teacher's pet sort of thing, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
I think that's actually put me off him a bit because I was like, when he was actually starting playing for England and he was like being picked all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, well, he just shouldn't be playing at the time because he was doing all right, but like Grealish was the man. And then it was a case, and the Gareth Southgate was like, yeah, but Mason Mount, he was like basically saying that Grealish had to do more when he was clearly doing everything at Villa.
Yeah.
And then Mount was just getting picked all the time, and I was just like, well, and then that's what obviously Grealish's performances then in an England shirt when he got called up. That's what's put him back in the frame.
Grealish
Because Southgate, again,
you could have played Grealish.
a bit like Trent, he didn't like Grealish, doesn't like Trent.
No.
I actually think secretly he's buzzing that Trent's injured. I think he's only picked him.
It's probably one of those ones where he's looking back at the press at the Pines. Yeah, he's injured anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I actually think he's picked him off the back of media and fans.
Apparently Trent was told.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, but like again, that was only because he was dropped from the last international. It's been since then.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, you don't just get dropped from the international squad.
No.
Like, because he favours
So
other
the
players.
form wasn't good though, was it?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He still would have gone if he's like world class player and he can turn up on his day. But what has Trent done in an England shirt? Nothing.
No, maybe not. But
Not that many of them have, but from when I've watched England, he hasn't done much.
anyway,
like-
number 10,
Yeah, Foden.
Foden
For me.
as well for you.
Yeah.
And he was
I'd go
Mount.
Mount. I would go Mount. Yeah, I just think he's just done too much. I think he's had a great season, especially second half. Obviously, with Lampard going and Tuchel coming in, you're thinking, is he gonna? He lost his place. He was on the bench for Seashells. He lost his place in the first game, and you're thinking, oh, here we go. He's fading into fucking. But he's pushed his way in, and he's the best midfielder by a mile. Obviously, Kante is nonsense, but he also in his first Champions League final, probably the biggest game of his life. He was fucking. Other than Kante, I thought he was man of the match. So I think he stood out. I think he deserves it. It's so close between him and Foden.
It is close. Yeah.
The difference is I think Foden can become literally the world's best.
Yeah, I think he'll win a Ballon d'Or.
But
I
I don't even know where he plays. Like anywhere across that, and I think he'd be the best. I think he could be the best in the world. He's like David Silva 10 years ago, but better.
With more pace.
Yeah, with more
And
pace.
Better dribbling.
Oh, and that bloke's nonsense dribbling as well.
Yeah. Phil Foden is special. Like,
How far? What do you give Wales? Like how far out of the group?
I think they'll be lucky to get out of the group. It all depends on the first game. If they get a result against
They have to
Switzerland,
win. Yeah.
maybe.
I think
If they get a draw, they'll be all right. Still,
They're going to
but
finish
if they
third in the
lose,
group.
I think they are in trouble.
Turkey, I don't think people realise how good Turkey
got some
is.
good players.
Turkey went in qualifying. I think they conceded 2 goals in 8 qualifiers. So they've had. They had 8 clean sheets in their qualifiers or something.
Okay.
So they're not conceding a lot of goals. They're quite similar to Wales, who don't really concede a lot.
No,
Just don't score a lot.
Yeah.
But then the thing that they have, they've
It
got
all
Burak
goes-
Yilmaz up front,
Yeah.
who's top scorer in League One, wasn't he, this season
Yeah.
for Lille.
Oh, is he?
So he's outscored Mbappe. Everyone,
Fuck.
Yilmaz.
Yeah,
So
he was scoring for fun.
straight in my fantasy.
But I think it all goes down to
Switzerland.
if Rob Page stops thinking he's like Pep Guardiola.
Oh, he's a
The only thing they've got in common is the fact they've both got no ear. But like he's
and
playing,
they're frauds.
yeah, he's playing like, he's changed, he's taken Kiefer Moore out, and he's playing Tyler Roberts up front, who hasn't scored 1 Premier League goal for Leeds this season.
For Leeds.
For Leeds,
Not West Brom. Fucking Leeds. Who
who
score
score all the time.
all
Like Stuart Dallas scoring from left back, but Tyler Roberts can't score from Cam. Like, you know what I mean?
and he
He's
played
just-
a lot.
Yeah.
He played a lot
And he's just
this
not
year.
very good. So
He won't play Tyler Roberts anyway. He'll play Harry Wilson false 9. That's what he'll
Which
do.
is even worse. Why are you playing a
Terrible.
false 9?
Yeah.
Just get it in and whip balls in.
To Kiefer Moore and just let him
play
enter
to your
everything.
strengths.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to do something Wales aren't capable of.
Yeah.
In the qualifier against Belgium, the first game, you're playing the number 1 team on the planet. Why are you trying to pass it random?
Yeah.
Just play to your
Don't get me
strengths.
wrong, we scored an absolute lovely goal.
Unbelievable
But then after
goal.
that, battered
Oh,
for like,
hammered.
the rest of the game. Like, it just wasn't working. There was no outlet, anything. Like,
And as
long
soon as they
ball,
brought
it
Kiefer
was
Moore on, we
constrained.
started having a little bit of joy because they were like, okay, there's no pass on, fucking slump to Kiefer Moore.
Yeah.
And then you could hold it up then.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think it literally is down to the game on Saturday.
He's got a lot of choices. He's got to choose whether he plays Ramsey, who
Has
in the
barely
last
played.
2 games, he just hasn't looked like fit for starters.
Yeah.
Alan the
When
same.
was the last time he played for Juventus?
He just doesn't. And I think Wales.
Joe Allen.
Wales
I
are
think
short.
that again we're just relying on these players. They're like, I mean, Joe Allen's finished. He's literally had an Achilles injury. He's never going to be the same at his age.
Maybe not.
He's probably definitely lost a bit of pace. That sort of stuff. I don't think people just holding on to hope that he's going to be like the Welsh Pirlo again, but it's just not going to happen.
Well, I said he won player tournament didn't he, in 2016.
Yeah, was
Or
it?
player tournament for Wales or whatever?
Yeah.
Anyway, he was unreal.
You know,
But that was 5 years ago now.
yeah, and a lot of things have happened.
But I don't think there's much choice in midfield
No.
anyway for Wales. So I'd
Well,
play Allen in.
this is it though, isn't it? Wales again. They haven't got the pick of the bunch, have they? They've got.
But compared to a team like what we had 10 years ago, it's like levels. We've got 7 or 8, more than that now. Maybe a full team of Premier League players for a change, which is something. Whereas Wales were playing League 2 players not long ago. People forget what Wales were even just 10 years ago. Their short centre back, Joe Rodon's solid, no problems. I'd probably play Ben Davies in there with him just to avoid playing Chris Mepham because he's pants.
awful.
And then I'd play Nico Williams left back, Connor Roberts right back. I think you have to play Ben Davies centre back because he's not a great left back. He's not quick enough.
Mepham is
And Mepham is so bad. So
Yeah.
and then he's got a decision to make
what
him
about
goal.
Reece Norrington left back? No.
No, not quite. He's just not got the experience,
Better
has
than
he?
Nico Williams though. I don't.
Nico Williams has done well for Wales, though, to be fair.
Yeah,
which
but at
is-
least Norrie's a left footer as well.
Yeah,
Gives you
no,
that balance.
I
just feel like a right-footed left back.
Oh no, I'd love to see
I don't know,
Reece play, obviously, but I just don't think he hasn't got the experience of playing at Premier League level.
No, I quite like his shit out attitude though.
Yeah, well, like pushing and showing and all that shit.
like you know what I mean. I think I don't think there's anyone in.
He was in that Albania game,
yeah,
and
he
he was
just-
bitey game.
Well, yeah, he pushed that bloke, didn't he, into the manager, floored the 70-year-old coach.
he got floored again the other night.
Did he? Who, the manager?
Yeah, the same manager. It was that Kufal.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was just walking, like running along the touchline, like nudged into someone, and he like as if he was stumbling, and then just went to the floor.
Right, that's some bad luck, that. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Wales haven't got that bite though in their team. You know what I mean? We're a very nice team.
Yeah,
You know, I think you need a bit of someone who's just going to put himself about a bit and
definitely.
win those tackles, get stuck in and
the
stuff.
problem is Wales have got now is that because people recognise they've got quite big threats, playing the lesser nations has become a lot harder for Wales because they tend to sit back a bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas when Wales last qualified,
Yeah.
you were getting teams like Israel and Cyprus and shit like that. They were coming to Cardiff or we were going over there and they'd come and attack us and you're like, and then it was like, oh, counter attacks.
Yeah, it was just-
Easy job. And Wales were knocking 3 past Israel and stuff, but then as you get better, like that's the problem when you get better and teams tend to drop back and so Wales, that's why Wales looked like they played better when they got humped by France.
Yeah.
But Wales had 4 or 5 really good chances. Dan Jones should have scored a couple. But then when they play Albania, we barely had a shot.
Oh, it was awful. That was painful to watch. That.
So you'll probably see Wales' best performance coming against Italy when they're going to have time to counter. And I think this myth around Italy being a fucking good side is mad. I don't think they're going to win the group straightforward, by the way.
I think they're the dark horses of the tournament, mate.
They could easily be, but I don't
Their
think
squad
they're...
is very good.
Yeah, they're always.
Is it very good though?
Yeah, their midfield is very good. They've got
Again,
a couple of good young players.
At the back, they're
Obviously,
ancient.
you got
Immobile, yeah.
Top, with
And Belotti.
Insigne, all those again experienced players. The back, the defence is going to be classic Italian defence, like Chiellini and Bonucci are solid.
Yeah, but they'll be the ones that have to... I think the one benefit they've got is that all their games are going to be in Rome, so they should qualify. All the big nations,
Chiesa,
bullshit. Is they all get
as well as
home
unreal.
qualifiers. Chiesa. Yeah, they got some good players, but they're not like the top level. They're like what? They're one below.
No, but I think they'll.
Well, they're qualified.
Because initially I was like, oh, they won't do much. They haven't been very good for a few years, but then like they're on a hell of a run of form as well.
Oh, they are. They're great. They're on great form.
So it's like something's obviously working, and if it clicks on the day, they're going to be up there. I think.
I just don't.
I just think people are going. Say like they'll just go under the radar. I think they might make a semi-final. If they, again, depending on the route, I think they could maybe do over a decent. I think I'd fancy Italy to beat Belgium.
Maybe just because they might have a bit more bollocks than Belgium. Belgium again are like a bit flash.
I just think Belgium are like I think Belgium are literally weaker at the back than England. Like,
but again, you can say that about Italy. They're not strong at the back. Who
is
their right back?
They've got the experience.
Right back and left back.
Belgium, what, like Alderweireld?
Alderweireld and Tom played. Denayer, they played on there.
Denayer.
But then Italy, who do they have at right back and left back? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Zaniolo? No, he's a midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, he's injured.
And he was injured long term.
But like Italy, like they're always like a solid team, and they
yeah.
no matter what, like they're always like a hard team to beat.
But if you have to pick one of those top 7 or 8 teams in the world, Italy would be quite high at the top of my list at the moment of teams I'd rather play. Probably Spain would be top.
Spain are just
they look like a terrible squad. And then you'd probably say Italy.
Watch out, they're fucking Spain.
I can't believe they didn't take Ramos. I think that's mad. That.
Yes, mental. He was a top scorer in qualifier.
That's mad, that isn't it? He's sick though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like a fine wine.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the most.
Wonder where he's going to go though. Free agent, isn't he? So.
They've gone from being the best, probably the best international side that's ever been.
Yeah.
They were unplayable.
Yeah, well.
And now look, they're now.
When they
two
Brazil. I know you don't rate him, and I think he's an okay player, but it looks like Adama Traore will start games.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean. I said I don't rate him. I just don't like. you told me he was world class.
I definitely say world class.
You were like he's
actually
he's
a good player,
and I was just like, he's all right. Don't like but his end product is not good enough. Obviously.
Right. So what are we talking then? How far are Wales going?
I don't think they get out the groups.
So they bottom.
Well, okay, third then. I don't think they come top 2. I don't think they come top 2.
It looks like I did a little bit of research. So I had a look at the last 2016 Euros. Obviously Portugal, by the way, came third in their group that year.
And then
3 draws.
Yeah, and they didn't win.
And they won the tournament. They didn't
score an open play goal all the way.
They didn't.
In the next rounds, they won on penalties every round, didn't they?
No, they beat
Wales. Just Wales.
Beat Wales in the semis, didn't they?
But other than that, it was pens.
But that's mad.
They didn't win a game in 90 minutes.
That's mad, that.
They won one game. Well, they won France in the final extra time.
But like, who gives a fuck? Innit?
Oh, exactly.
Oh yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But they came third in a bad group. It was like Hungary and Poland or something that came above them.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Probably just out the group, and then they'd probably be knocked out then, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't know what happens then. What those third? I'm guessing the third must play a first place.
Does it go on at goals or something, or do they pick?
But didn't they say if England top the group, they'd play second in the group of death?
Yeah.
So how shouldn't England, if you top the group, you should play in the third place?
The worst if you pick in the third place in the group of death, he's fucked anyway.
Yeah, no,
France, Germany, or Portugal.
I don't understand how you can. Someone's got to play third place, and you can't put third against third because that's not very.
Yeah, it's not really
fair, is it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Because Wales topped their group actually in the last Euros, and they ended up getting.
But how does it work if only
Northern Ireland?
What did you say?
4 third place.
And how many groups are
there? 6, isn't it?
Yeah. So how?
It ends up being a 16, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's very weird, isn't it?
It's very weird. 4. So I think it's 2 teams don't get through that finish third.
Yeah.
So you've got to have less points. So I think 3 points probably be enough.
Right. Yeah, you could literally
with a decent goal difference.
Not.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like you said, 3 draws. So they got 3 points, so you can go through. But I think that obviously is key for Wales this first game. If they nick a win against Switzerland, they'll go through.
Yeah.
Because I think they'll get something from Turkey.
Because they're not amazing Switzerland, neither are Turkey, but Wales, you would say they're all about the same level.
It's one of them, isn't it? If it goes your way,
and it's like a final, basically, isn't it? It's like a Euro competition.
This happened last time.
Game's like a final.
Of course it is. Yeah. This happened to us last time, and we went there, and there was like no expectation.
Yeah. But I'd go, Wales out the group, and then come out after that,
And
and then
16, yeah. Round 16 then.
I go England semis.
Okay.
I'm not sure on their
Yeah,
routes,
again, I
but
don't know what the route England
I think
are,
they'll do well.
but yeah.
Who's in their group? Do you know?
England got a really tough group.
Croatia, Scotland.
Croatia, Scotland, and Czech Republic.
Yeah,
who are
that is
a
very-
lot better
yeah.
than what they were
Yeah,
when
yeah.
qualifying finished. You know, Suchek and stuff caused problems.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like every, obviously they're the Euro finalists, so every group's going to be difficult, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
As in, like, I know what you're saying. They're like, obviously you got like France, Germany, Portugal in one group and stuff.
But they
used to be in that.
I said they've got Hungary in that group, and people just think Hungary are naff.
Yeah,
but
they've got.
they're horrible little teams playing against.
Well, they're the best players in Cincinnati.
Is he?
That's the
That's the
like,
guy,
apparently got injured in one of the friendlies. Shock.
Because they had Portugal in their last group.
Again, so
last time.
dull. Friendlies before a big tournament.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
It's a
I
bit,
think
innit?
was it Benzema went off last
Benzema
night?
got injured.
I
last
don't know
time.
if he's going to miss anything,
Yeah.
but he did look decent on the bench. And again, mad thing that he's back after 6 years.
Yeah, man.
It's like that meme when it did
Never go
Sean
back,
seeing
yeah.
the group of death and went, yeah, fuck this, we need Karen Benzema back.
To be fair, he's exactly what they needed,
He's
really, isn't
fucking
he?
class as well.
Class. He's just
Yeah, he's a
good
I
player.
love him.
I know
He doesn't rate him.
Nah, he's class, mate.
I think he's a good player.
Oh, I think he's a very good player.
But-
To be honest, the last 10 years at Madrid for nothing. Like,
It's alright, you got a bloke scoring next year, isn't it?
yeah, and he's giving it to him all the time.
It's a striker.
Yeah, as a striker, mate, you should.
Yeah, but you're all about greed. It's
I
different.
am. You're right. Yeah, so is that what we think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Semi-finals for England, Scotland. Any chance in that group?
I've looked, mate. I don't know.
No, but don't rate.
Who's in their group?
England's group, you pleb.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
again, if they're
I mean,
third, then
they've
maybe.
got to hope that they beat Czech Republic
They're comfortably the worst team in that group.
slash tournament.
But again, Croatia on amazing,
Yeah,
amazing. But they
they're
just got
a
again,
solid
they're
team, aren't they?
solid team,
Yeah,
international team, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the same with Czech Republic. So I think Scotland are going to bottom out in that group.
I think they'll take a draw of England in the first game. I think the whole thought of like
They'll both
fact they
be
knocked them out of
terrified.
the World Cup and all that. And
They'll both be
I
terrified to
think
lose.
Southgate will be thinking about that game in his prep, and even though it's a different team, different, their players of age. Modric like 35 now, like you know what I mean.
that's
Like
mad.
It's
even
all-
don't get me wrong, he's still a very good player,
Yeah.
but you got to think like you've got to go and attack these teams now.
It's always a nightmare, isn't it? The first game in a tournament, everyone's a bit edgy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't want to lose because you lose and you're on the back foot.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
you've
yeah.
got to win the next
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So I think a draw for England, Croatia is a shout, and then you bet. Like I know Scotland aren't great, but you bet they can put pressure.
Oh
on
yeah,
England.
well I mean, the thing is that they'll come up against England. It's like it's a derby, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
So they'll give it their all, just to, even if they came bottom of the group, if they said they took a point or 3 points of England, they'd be absolutely buzzing with
The
that.
benefit is they play all the games at Wembley. You're laughing. It's home
Yeah.
game, no excuses. You won't
Yeah.
get a better chance to win
Yeah.
a tournament playing all your games at home, pretty much. So
I've just remembered something I was going to mention when we were talking about Logan Paul. So it's a bit of a
All right, yeah, we're going.
we're going
Straight
backwards.
back.
Sorry about
yeah.
What? That was me reminded.
that. Fucking VHS.
Can't wait to see your editing skills, by the way.
Well, I'm not really going to edit much because it's
Just
just a
put it on.
conversation, eh?
Okay.
I'm just going to put it on.
Cut this out. Did you see what he was wearing?
What?
When he walked to the ring?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch any of this.
No.
He had a chain with a shiny Charizard
Wow.
in like
In a
a.
case, like,
It's like one of like three. Like they.
so it's a rare, like,
Oh yeah,
insanely rare.
but it's like they rank them like 0 to 10 of like how well
how well preserved.
yeah, and it's like
a 9.9.
it's a 10, and it's like and it's worth like millions and stuff.
Wow.
And he was like, I've probably got more on my neck than like any fucking rapper ever has and stuff like that.
It's just the Pokemon card, isn't it?
It's mad, isn't it?
But like,
That's a crazy thing, that Pokemon was mad, wasn't it?
I thought that's quite good actually.
It's quite cool, like, to be fair.
To wear that around your neck, innit?
Yeah.
Like, very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I just thought that was quite funny.
I did see.
Wow, we came back for that. Wow.
I did see like,
Chari.
I did see Charizard trending on Twitter,
Oh, of course.
and I just didn't click it. So I just like,
But in
Just like,
like-
got a class Pokemon, but I'm not.
in
It's
the-
not good enough for me to click.
in the press conference after, some guy was like, "Oh, what have you got?" Obviously, he didn't know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it's one of 3 in the world, limited edition,
It's like
rated
pristine
10 and
condition.
stuff. It's like worth like 100 mil and all that stuff." And the guy's like, "Best card, like."
No one's with deal where you just
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I liked it.
But yeah,
So you volume up a little bit.
yeah.
So that's it. No win for the home nations then.
No.
Well, obviously England have got the best chance.
Mm-hmm.
You can't rule out England with the players they've got.
Just said that in 2016 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
We've said it all
it's
like
coming over,
for the
isn't
last
it?
fucking 50 years
I
with
just,
England.
just don't trust them.
That golden generation still just pains me that they didn't have the right manager. Like,
are you going to support England? Like,
I won't like support them. And I won't like. I'm not going to cheer if England score. Put it that way.
but if like Wales go out, are you going to like support England?
No.
You're not going to support them.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to support England. Why would I? I'm not
yeah, but
English.
okay, all right.
Yeah, but
Will
again,
you
but-
actively support someone against
I'm
England?
not English.
Yeah, but you're not English, but you support Man United, who are an English club.
Would you? Yeah, but would you actively
What do you
support
mean, just
the
why would I?
opposition?
Well, if you want, yeah,
Huh?
Swansea,
Would you
Cardiff.
actively support the opposition? Like, would you rather England lost?
I'm just not asked if they won the tournament. Like.
No, I get that, but I don't get like I can support United weekly and then not support England. They're an English club. I don't get that.
What do you mean? I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, no, but no, I can see where he's. I respect that he's not asked.
Okay,
What bothers me is like
they're a home
the
nation.
people who.
Oh, don't
Yeah, but they're not.
No, the people
This
who
whole
will go
nation,
like people were rocking up to Pia,
support.
supporting Croatia,
In, like,
and they're all
yeah,
Welsh.
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or whoever England play, they want
No,
them
it's
to
just
win.
I don't-
Yeah, they're all
I
like
don't
they
get-
literally all
But I think
support
that's because of
Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Arsenal, all English
That is
teams.
because of the classic English arrogance, though. Everyone
Yeah,
wants to see him
but-
get slapped. It's like when you
Nah,
when
it's
you
not.
don't like a
It's-
boxer in a fight and you
No,
go, I
it's
just want to see him get
just-
slapped
no,
because he's
it's-
just chatting all that.
No, there's
Yeah,
just
but-
a few. I just think the Welsh
Huh?
are just a bit.
Yeah, I know, but they don't win anything.
Too
but
much, like-
it's like England think it's like their divine right to be deep into competitions and they should be winning things.
Yeah, but they should be. Look at the squads. Like,
The expectation
like
was
that's
high.
just
That's what I mean.
That's like you can't. That's like saying like France.
We
They're
rate-
expected to win because they've got the best squad on paper.
Yeah, but we
But
rate
like-
our own higher than we rate anyone else's. Do you know what I mean? You go into tournaments and you just disregard the people of fucking
Oh, no,
Iceland,
we don't dis.
and
Yeah,
then all of a sudden you get
Yeah,
turned
but-
over by
yeah, but
a
on
country
paper
with about
you
4
should be
people
beating
and-
them, shouldn't you? Like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah, of
like
course.
that's like United losing to fucking Sheffield
But
United.
that's what I mean.
Shouldn't
This
happen,
is
but
like,
it does.
this is like
Like-
what I'm telling you when you say how many I can't miss these. It's like, yeah, but they also beat Liverpool and they beat Man City and they beat these teams. You can't just disregard the other team just because they're not on
No,
paper
but
as good as another
Yeah,
one.
but you've still. Yeah, but you've
It's
got
the
to-
arrogance. It's the arrogance is why
Yeah, it
England
is.
get
But
done.
you've still got to beat them.
But I don't really fucking care. If they win it, they win it. But they won't anyway, so it don't matter. I'll say that.
Fair.
Well, I support England as much as I support Wales.
Like
If they
obviously,
play-
I'm supporting Wales, but
Yeah.
I want England to do well. And if Wales don't get out of the groups, then I'm fully backing England to win.
But I don't know if he disagrees with this as well. But like, say if like Wales and England like bin off in the groups and like Scotland get through, I'll fucking wish Scotland the best and support them.
Oh
'cause
no way!
They're like,
I wouldn't support them.
I
I'd be
don't-
like, I'd watch their games and go, oh, hopefully they do.
yeah, but you want
Do
to
you know what I
win,
mean?
which is supporting.
No,
shouldn't
I don't like Scotland.
you?
I don't know
It's
why.
because
I've
they're
just got
a home. They're
just
UK,
don't.
innit? Like.
Like the Scottish, your missus is lovely, but
What
I just don't. I don't know. Something about them.
You've never been there, though?
What this is like.
It's amazing. Here we go.
By the way, that trip to Liverpool was unreal.
I was going to mention this shit. You know,
Best thing I
we
did.
like. I messaged you back, didn't I? When you sent that Snapchat, I was like, "Who's the girl in the room?" Then. Did you get me Brazil? Yeah. As if you met, as if you,
I didn't.
as if you got a picture of fucking.
Jason Man.
Yeah, so
Mad like.
good.
I was
That's
hellish.
mad.
Mad. I got it for free.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How
it was
much
like,
was it?
well, it was fully booked, wasn't it?
15.
Okay.
It was fully booked, so I was just going to go home, get the train,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, what I'll do is I'll just try and get in at the door.
Yeah.
If they refuse me, I'll just go back to Chester.
Yeah.
No big deal. So they went in. I saw they got seated on the front row,
And there was a space.
and I was talking to these.
Next to me.
There was obviously there was COVID regs, so there was
Ah.
gaps
So there's
all
2
over.
seats next
So
to
it
me.
sort of wasn't obviously it was full capacity for
It wasn't
COVID
booked,
regulations.
like-
Yeah, it wasn't maxed
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So like I went down. I said, "Oh look, I'm with them. I've
Yeah.
travelled down for the day. all this. I said, you know, if it's full, no worries.
Yeah.
If there's anywhere I can get in,
Yeah.
I'll happily pay for a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, it's no problem.
Yeah.
And the woman was like, oh, I'm not sure. And then this guy came from nowhere, and he was like, oh yeah, there's those two over there. They were a 4. They're now a 2. So there's actually like 2 seats spare for the event. So he can just go and sit at the end with his mates. And I was like, oh, is that all right? She was like, yeah, okay, fine. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, oh, how much do I owe you for the ticket? She was like, oh, no, because they've paid already, so don't worry about it. So I just strolled in. He's like, well, how the fuck have you managed it? I sat down. I was like, yeah. I said, oh, I haven't even paid for a ticket either. And he was like, what?
First bloke comes on, Jason Manford.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't paid for Jason Manford.
Yeah. And then he
And
goes,
to be no
Jason
joke
Manford.
about here to the camera away from him. He was obviously we were front row.
So we were right front row,
Like we were
in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like we were close to the door.
We were on the left hand side, not the right hand side.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
What a play! Oh,
Was it
superb.
as good?
No.
I think just because Ryan got Walls of Jericho, I'd have put it up there
Oh, okay,
as well.
yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Um,
is it?
I think the
Did
second.
you get like?
I didn't think the second comedian was very good.
I don't think Jason Manford was very good.
Yeah, he was all right because he was just literally reading off a sheet because he was trying jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
using that as like practice, and he's like big.
He probably
He's
just
big,
like
tiny.
rocked up, didn't he? Like, yeah, I'll just do it.
But I think
Yeah,
a really,
yeah.
really good comedian still makes it really funny. And I just don't think he was that funny.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was jokes.
It was just okay.
But it was just that I think it was just because there was no. Obviously, it wasn't like a transition from story to story.
We
it was
expected
like,
as well, though, didn't we? We
Yeah.
saw him come, we were like, oh my god, amazing.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
was just not.
but he was
amazing.
just like literally like looking at his thing and going, oh yeah, and then he'd say a joke and then
And
he'd
he'd, like, tick it off.
and then he'd be like, yeah, that'll do. And then he was like,
half-assed kind
and
of.
then he was like, oh, this one, I'll try this one. And so it wasn't like obviously it wasn't set
Free
out
flowing
plan
and-
sort of thing.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he didn't have, it
A
wasn't. It was literally just read a joke. If they laugh, I'll use it on my tour.
Yeah.
If they don't, move on.
You know, to see a guy who's selling out arena tours and you see him
Yeah.
from here to
Yeah,
there,
that's
right?
mad, yeah.
But like you know, you gotta. I sort of understand though as well. Like you said, he's been off with COVID and stuff
For a
like that
year,
and all this,
so-
and so he's got to practice somewhere. And why
Yeah.
not at like a small event? I
Yeah.
still thought he was funny,
But
but
he said he was really good
obviously-
mates with the MC,
Yeah,
the bloke
yeah,
who
yeah.
owns the pub.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So, you know the bloke who owns the pub, the bald fella who's the
Chris
MC?
King.
He
Chris
owns it,
King, he
yeah.
owns that pub.
yeah,
Yeah, we spoke to a guy there who's quite
Yeah.
knowledgeable,
yeah,
shameful Liverpool fan. But,
yeah.
No, like a lot of.
Oh yeah, the guy opposite. Yeah.
but he knew a lot. He knew a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
about the guy, and he was like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, Chris owns the place, probably.
With
That's why he's on
somebody else
every
from
night."
Phoenix Nights or something.
Yeah, oh, I, can't
I don't
remember
know
his
who it
name.
was, but yeah, apparently it's those two.
Even like big acts still like go to small.
Oh yeah,
concerts
of course,
and try
yeah,
and
but that's how
see
they,
it,
that's how you know that's how they
that's
do
how
it.
they
Innit?
start.
But they weren't as funny as when we went
No,
for JD Stag.
Yeah, I think we were just lucky though.
I think we got unlucky though.
Oh.
Well, you know, the one when we went was because the second bloke I just didn't think was that funny. He just like
I can't,
Said
I
he
can't
had
even
it.
remember the
he
second one.
basically he just said basically he had ADHD, and then he just wouldn't stop talking.
Oh,
with him,
Remember?
the
He
guy
had
with the
glass-
cargo pants on, or like.
glasses, like yeah, and he just
Oh, he was on a Manchester Warrington or something like
Yeah,
that.
he
oh,
just-
no, Leeds, maybe?
I don't know where he was from, but he literally just talked a lot on different things.
Who was the best from JD's stag that you remember then?
I think the MC. He's just
Yeah,
hilarious.
Chris
he
King.
is, yeah.
Yeah, but I think other than that, it's the old bloke.
Jewish guy, was he?
Yeah,
Sol
Sol Bernstein.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was he the
just
end?
yeah, right. He was
Yeah.
the last guy.
Jewish
yeah.
guy.
Just
Yeah, but
like literally, you can if you if you asked me what anyone said on that night, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah.
But when he was like, he just came on and was like, "Oh, what's your name?" And then she was like, "Oh, blah blah," and then he goes, "Oh, nice tits," like just that.
He was.
Just stick.
It's because you didn't expect him.
He was
to
just
be
like a
"Oh, I'm
little dirty old Jewish man.
Yeah.
And,
New
well,
Yorker.
you
wasn't
know, in
To the blind
2021,
guy,
this
like-
wouldn't be allowed.
Oh, the blind guy.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was quite funny.
he was very funny.
I think we made him funny.
No, he was funny.
Look,
but
'cause
then
he got, like,
he was
escorted on.
he was trying not to be funny. Like, and we were laughing still.
Yeah.
Because he was like, that isn't the joke. But he said something about seeing, and he couldn't see. So we all
What
laughed.
did he say?
And he was like, that's not the
it's,
joke.
it's nice to be here in like Dublin or something.
He
We were like,
he said something about getting off plane. He's like, "Oh, my missus is Brazilian." She's like, "I'm going to take you to Rio and stuff, and so you can, see that or
See all, yeah, see all
And we
the,
started laughing.
see all the sights. And he's like, oh, that's not the
And she
joke.
goes, "Oh, I got off the plane." I was like, "Oh, it's not as hot as I thought it would be." And she goes, "Yes, because it's midnight."
Yeah, good. I love life. I love
Yeah,
like,
because he
comedy.
got like brought on, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
obviously.
is this Is he actually
Oh,
blind?
yeah.
Don't
Oh,
you?
yeah, we were
Just
all.
for a bit, you were like,
Yeah. Is this
Well,
part of the act?
He didn't have
Yeah.
glasses on or anything, did he? He had
No.
his
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I was gonna
He had his eyes in. He did have his eyes in.
no, because obviously, like, you don't. It's a comedy club. You don't want to like take the piss out of a blind person.
No.
So we were like, is he actually blind?
Is it an act?
Is it an act? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously when you
But I
start
mean-
telling jokes and
That'd
stuff.
be a bit
And then-
politically incorrect to just act blind when
Yeah,
you
true, yeah.
when you can see perfectly fine.
Or you know, like part of his act, and then he,
Yeah, yeah,
well, I'm
yeah.
not actually blind by the
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
He made some like audience jokes as
Very
well.
good
like,
at rubbing his eyes as well.
yeah,
Brilliant.
like anything about like you say, like being here in a wrong place,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
not see. It was just
Yeah, just funny.
hellish funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, good to see you all, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that's what I like though. Is like obviously he's taken the mick out of himself
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And I think like it's not serious. That's what people need to do with comedy. Just not take it seriously.
Everything's a joke.
It's
Everything that
jokes.
comes out of the mouth is a joke.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, even like when you get like you say, because you're quite close knit in there, it's easily to get picked on.
oh,
And you just can't get offended. Do you know what I mean? There's no point going if you're gonna get offended by someone taking a piss out.
Oh
of you.
no.
well, Jamie was about to take one on the chin when we went a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
He
right.
was like, looked straight at Jamie, was like, oh, he's getting done here again.
Yeah.
And Jamie just goes, yeah, it's his birthday. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, no, because what was it? No, I got lucky that you told the MC that So he asked me what I did. So I said, I'm in university in Chester.
Okay.
And then he was like, oh, what are you studying? I said, oh, sports journalism. He's like, oh, what do you want to be? So I was like, oh, well, I'd like to go into the broadcasting side, like
Yeah.
someone like a Jay come free.
Okay.
And obviously he was gonna absolutely tear me to bits.
Right.
But Ryan went, so he wants to be a dickhead, basically. And then he goes, oh, you just said the joke for me, and he moved on. So I was like, I'll take dickhead, no problem, because I dread to think what he was going to say to me. Like,
Did he get a laugh
yeah, I did
when
that.
he was like, "Oh, you said a joke for me"?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the MC, that was Chris Kane.
That was Chris Kane.
Ah,
He
okay,
is
yeah.
unbelievable on
Yeah,
his feet,
Yeah, he's
witty.
quick. Yeah.
He did the old Anne Frank joke.
He did the
again,
Anne
didn't
Frank joke on,
Oh,
yeah.
It's still funny though,
Oh,
isn't
it was,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he actually spoke German when he was doing it. He was like, oh, schnell.
For context, by the way, for the video,
Oh, sorry.
there was like scratching noise, like the mic was making like funny noises, so he tries to play it off that Anne Frank's in the roof.
It's also a pub upstairs, so it's quite
Yeah.
noisy on the floorboards.
Yeah.
So,
So
They-
that's it.
There can't be
no offence to Anne Frank.
like a fire risk assessment there at all.
You can't get out, can you?
No.
No, it's
You
one of
go
those
to a
places you do walk in and you go, feels sort of dangerous.
Yeah, like if there's a fire there, you're dead.
Yeah,
No,
one way out. And
No,
there's
it's not. I think
Yeah, there's
you
a
know-
wooden staircase.
Yeah, but now you know where the bogs are.
No, it's not wooden staircase, I think. It is
Well,
like
maybe
stone.
it's-
There's
You know the
Oh, is it stone then?
where the toilets are, that like little bit
On the
Yeah,
right.
you can go out there and go right.
There's
can't you?
got to be a fire exit there. Got to be. Like,
So I remember thinking,
otherwise
if
it
this
wouldn't
goes up,
exist.
like, because it was wooden floor. I was like, well,
That's
if
right.
that catches fire.
I remember when you took us there, first time we were like, fucking hell,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And you go down, it's just such a cool
it's just a little
venue.
dingy
Yeah.
place, though, isn't it?
It was.
Oh, it's amazing.
It was so
It's so
lucky
good.
because that was just meant to kill a bit of time, but it turned out to be like,
Class.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
probably
I love stuff like that. See,
Oh, so I've been
go-
there 3 times now.
I'd love to go.
Yeah, that's mad.
I went to a comedy club in Chester, and that was like superb. Like,
I'd love
good fun. Like,
I'd love to go back.
Much as you can't stand their football team, Liverpool's just, like, I really enjoy going there.
oh, the city.
Oh, it's
is great.
amazing.
The
I
city
really
is
enjoy
great,
going
yeah.
there.
Did
So.
you go back to New Brazil?
Yeah, I went back to we went there on the Thursday night. Yeah, RVR Brazil. It's a bit different because obviously you can't go up to get your food, so everything has to be brought over to you. So they'll bring 6 sides to you over at a time.
Oh, okay.
So,
You just take what you
but
want.
they're like in tiny pots and stuff. But it was sort of good because it meant you didn't overdo it. On
Yeah,
those,
yeah.
So, and you're thinking,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one was again on fucking James's stag. But
Yeah, eating all the salad and chips before the meat.
yeah, you free salad. We'll wait till there's meat coming.
yeah.
a lot of it as well.
Yeah, innit?
But yeah, it was good.
Is it still the same stuff then? You probably can't remember what we had
Yeah.
first time.
No, it is. Yeah,
I
it was
can't remember
like
what we did.
Brazilian sausage, like
Chicken
4
hearts.
chicken out,
The
4 cuts of
Brazilian
steak.
sausage is lovely as well.
The what?
The Brazilian style sausage.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's
They are.
15,
They
isn't
try
it?
and mug you.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
12 in the day and 18 in the night.
Yeah,
But
so
we
we went
went-
18 then.
We went for the 12 one, but they had like
Yeah, they did.
garlic bread and cinnamon on one of them.
No, I think we were
Those
just
are counted as meat.
in the day.
I tell you what was terrible, the pineapple.
Sorry, yeah, cinnamon pineapple.
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Did you say cinnamon garlic bread?
No,
Cinnamon and garlic bread.
I thought you said I was going to say cinnamon garlic bread. I didn't think then.
But I think the cinnamon pineapple is probably a palate cleanser, isn't it?
Yeah. But it just doesn't taste nice.
But no.
If you haven't gone to Viva Brazil,
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
please.
We'll take a free meal as well.
highly recommended.
We're worth at least one free meal between 3 people. So.
Yeah.
At Viva Brazil,
Yeah,
please.
Viva Brazil.
Any chance.
Yeah.
But no.
Good grub.
Yeah.
Good grub. Good time on it.
Very good time.
It was
that
a good
day
job.
was just lovely.
Food came round for us on the day that we went out at a good time because we were getting pretty cut.
Yeah.
It was-
Yeah.
We were smart and nailing pint stand, and we went outside and we were oh.
Did you
Yeah.
see his missus?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This is the myth has gone for me. Like
Right.
probably about a
He
year
spent
ago.
a good 2 hours with us.
She
so-
dropped a drink
Oh, yeah.
over me in spoons, so like before. So
2
I
hours.
was like, I've known this myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, obviously it ruined the joke for me, but please carry
She was
on.
like, sure, she's not.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
But she
It's
was
like, I tagged her in the post, didn't I, on Facebook?
yeah.
And then, was it apparently you'd said something to her when you were drunk,
Alright.
and she was paranoid.
Oh, about what we call her. or
Yeah,
something.
he said something.
Oh.
So she
I
turns
was
around
like,
to me
We
and
don't
goes,
call her,
yeah,
eh?
she goes, Ryan.
The ghost or the
Ryan,
myth
yeah.
or
Oh,
phantom.
Yeah, Ryan says that you have a nickname for me, and I was like, what do we? And then he was like, and I was like, yeah, only like, you know, that you don't exist, so we call you like Phantom or the ghost.
Ah, okay, right.
And she was like, apparently he was went up to a Steve and was like, oh yeah, my mates have got a nickname for you, and it's just not very nice.
Call you the prick.
Yeah, and then but like the next day,
I
the next
still
day you
don't
don't
know.
remember what you said.
Yeah, I still
so
don't
she
know.
was like, "Oh, what's the nickname that your friends?" And then when he was like saying,
Well,
"Oh,
so you
the
just
Phantom, the ghost,"
like,
yeah. So he woke up the next day and didn't remember what he'd said.
No, so I
Because
said
she
it right
asked
before, but we were in Liverpool then, sat at the bar, and
Yeah.
I was like, what did you say all your mates used to call me? I was like, what was either the Phantom, the myth, or something
Yeah,
like that?
but she
and
was-
she was like, no, there's something else. And I was like, no, there isn't.
There isn't.
And I was like, wait till Jamie goes back, I'll say, what do we
Yeah.
call Bethany?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but as if it's only like, you know, come out now, like we've been talking about this fucking ages.
no.
Yeah, but like so I obviously I tagged her in the post that we were in the comedy club.
Yeah.
And then Sam screenshotted my post like straight away, and replied to me and was like, "Well, just you, Ryan, and his parents." And I said, "Oh look, see, he's already on the joke."
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I say it's the
Laugh
first thing I
out.
replied to his Snapchat.
But yeah, no, Bethany, we don't call you any bad names.
Yeah, no. I don't even know
You
that,
might
so-
exist, but I mean, you do exist, but
You won't
to
meet
Ben, you won't. So don't meet Ben.
Like I
Yeah,
say,
you'll never meet him anyway, so.
she was just a figure in the window from that Snapchat of your room. So I don't know. Well, I'm hoping there'll be like a house woman at some point, mate, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, we're thinking about doing, we'll do something in the summer for sure.
I'll make sure it's before I go there.
Yeah, I won't.
we probably
Some-
we probably won't get invited anyway.
Well, I
Well,
will.
fucking hell, you have to catch a flight, wouldn't you? So
Yeah.
make sure you get your Sky
Sound
scanner.
on.
Your Sky scanner on again, isn't it?
You better send a fucking pigeon out to send us the receipt.
Yeah. Wait for my like
Should-
invite.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah.
good chat.
I think that's good enough. Hopefully,
I'd like to do this again. I hope you. Would you do it again?
100%, mate.
Yeah,
Do it again?
yeah, we'll do
Well,
it again.
hopefully it goes down well.
Yeah.
Will this still be on the Facebook website?
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
link
I
on
don't know.
YouTube and link it
Yeah, I think
everywhere.
I'll
Link
if I
it, yeah.
YouTube it, I'll stick it on YouTube and then
Yeah.
I'll make our own YouTube page.
Maybe we'll do one. We're thinking about maybe doing a watch along or something for one of the games. Maybe.
Yeah. Which again, I think you would enjoy.
Because it's a bit.
I think it would have to be a game though that
Maybe less
we're
pressure.
invested in though. I think.
Oh.
We can, you know, yeah, but you know what I mean. I don't want to be sitting down watching like
No, but we'll be-
Macedonia.
we'll do
or
it.
something like that,
Oh, we'll have to do that.
And do a watch on that. No one's going to watch that, are they?
One of our houses, probably. We can have a beer then, though, so it'll be funny.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it, yeah.
But you'll have
Yeah.
to somewhat commentate because.
I would have liked to have had a beer tonight, but I'm driving and I've got work early in the morning, so
Yeah.
I don't want to go feel like arse for 10 hours tomorrow morning. But
Well,
next time I'll try and do it on a weekend.
You can commentate.
You know, commentate, like, I'm not going to be like.
Well, no, because they
fully-
won't be like. If we're watching like.
I mean, we
You know,
could
yeah, but I'm
do-
not going to fully commentate. Like,
I know it's a bigger game probably for you, but England and Scotland would be a really good one to do.
yeah, if we
Wouldn't it?
can get. Yeah,
When's that?
hopefully that's on a good time.
When's
England
that?
At the
Scotland.
games,
Oh,
you
no,
know,
but
like
England and
Mon-
Scotland would be
You
on a
know,
good
like
one.
like midweek.
Yeah.
are the games still 2-5?
I did have a
Are they
look.
always 2 o'clock games?
No, there isn't.
They're
There
not.
isn't.
No, not every day. I think
thought-
I looked through like the first week, and I think I only saw one
Is it
2
just a
o'clock
weekend
game.
that's 3 o'clock? Is it 3
2
games?
o'clock. I
There's
don't
3
know.
games on the weekend. 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. or
Yeah,
something like
but in the week, from what I saw,
Scared to do like a
Scotland.
6-hour watch along or something.
Yeah.
Scotland's first game is
podcast
2
of the
o'clock
game.
Yeah.
in a weekday.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
But all Wales England games are all within.
Yeah.
Wales are 5, 5, and 8, I think.
Alright,
So-
that's fine then. Yeah, we'll try and sort something
Wales
out.
is Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Everyone watches it's like, yeah, don't do the schedule, I fucking know it. Like.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do a watch along, something like that. But
But obviously, yeah, if you want us to do a few games and stuff, let us know. innit?
yeah, let us know what.
I'd like
or
to
let
do
us know
that.
what you want us to talk about as well. Now, I think it's like better that you can actually see now our genuine reactions
Yeah.
to things because
Overall.
genuine reactions to everything because.
Oh.
Obviously, on the podcast, like you're just listening,
We're
you
talking
don't
over each
anything,
other.
But like some of the faces and stuff that get pulled when someone says something, you know, the likes of Ben saying there that like he doesn't rate Jack Grealish, and you'll again, as you've seen, I was just fuming like
Yeah, but no,
stuff like that.
You don't
know.
get it wrong now, see. I'm not saying don't rate him.
Yeah, right, but
That's literally what I said.
we don't have to go into this argument now, mate. I'm just
We won't
I'm
go back to
describing
it.
how people can see us.
Okay.
Like you don't have to argue
Well,
about
if
it.
I
again.
said I don't rate him, I didn't mean that. He's not up to the hype anyway. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've had a good one. Nice one, boys.
Until next time.
Yeah, until next time. See you again.
Cheerio.
Don't forget to
Like,
get your mugs.
subscribe, and get your mugs.
Yeah.
Quick, turn it off now.
Oh.
How long was that then?